Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Stellaris, where we are playing with the new MegaCorp DLC. We did have a game going yesterday where we were playing as the Viking Holdings Inc., and it didn't go particularly well, not because things were wrong in the game. I was just in a terrible position. I couldn't get any of the special features for the Criminal Syndicate into play because on one side of my borders I had machines, which you can't trade with, and on the other side of my borders had marauders, who you also can't trade with. So we've started again. This time we're playing as MordCorp, which is rather more trade related rather than crime related. And hopefully things will go a bit better. One of the reasons for that is because trade is more internally focused, while ironically crime is more externally focused. And the start that we've already got going here is quite a lot stronger. We've got the system of Gelderland, which is building up nicely. MegaCorps has a ocean world. We are ocean, of course, we're Dutch, which we can expand to. And then we've also just discovered a continental world over here. Not quite as strong, but still very, very good. So yeah, hyped about this. Cobra, what's your opinion on this DLC so far? I cannot say. I'm still under embargo, so I can only show you gameplay. I cannot comment on whether I'm enjoying it or liking it or whatever. That's going to be up for you to decide, based on what you're seeing. Right, I have just realised I did not announce this on Twitch, so give me just a second so I can get that done. GN Fighter, you said that just as I realised. Announcement at everyone. I was all over the place today. I was up until 10 o'clock this morning, having not slept for 28 hours, making sure that all the video from the stream last night was cut up, it was rendered, it was uploaded properly onto YouTube, and up at a decent time. Yeah, it wasn't fun, because I wanted to make sure I got 3 videos out, because I didn't get any videos out yesterday, which was terrible, because usually you want to get them on the day the embargo lifts, so I was already losing out because of that. But I wanted to make sure that YouTube had at least something for today, because Saturdays tend to do pretty well. So that's why we started an hour late, because I still needed to get some sleep. And I just wasn't ready. And I'm pretty glad I did that, because I was out of it. Anyway, what else is going on right now? We have a lot of energy, but as we discovered in the past, you can start out generating a lot of energy, but that will quickly disappear as you build up districts and buildings and things like that. Mineral production is good. Alloys. As is always the case, we are short on alloys. We are currently building another alloy foundry, which will give us the jobs. We currently have a bit of unemployment. But otherwise, we should be just fine. One other thing. I was reminded that the ships that you start with don't have the best layout. So I want to change this from picket ship. Actually, no, not that one. I want to create a new one. New design. Corvette. I'm also going to need some new names. So if anyone can come up with good names that we should use as the what is effectively a merchant republic of MordCorp, then please do let me know. Otherwise I'll just be using mini-mords and stuff like that, because that's just an easy way of doing it. But you were really good for the names in the Viking Holdings Inc. So let me know, and we shall go from there. So I'm going to put mass drivers, because I generally prefer mass drivers over the lasers, but we will still use a laser. And then also as many deflectors as we can pack in, which is just 2, and then some armor. And I don't think we need the reactor booster at present, which is going to keep the costs down. Crime Syndicate didn't work out, no, because both of my neighbours you couldn't do crime against, which meant that I was just locked out of 90% of the features which benefit the Crime Syndicate, and it was just kind of unplayable. And everyone around me hated my guts, because I was a crime syndicate, so I wasn't able to get any diplomacy going or anything like that. So while I could have held my own, it just wasn't going anywhere, and I really wanted to explore some of the new features that come in this, like the branch system, where you can put what are effectively trade posts in other civilizations, and I couldn't do that. Use auto-upgrade, it makes your life easier. Well, as we just saw there, auto-upgrade is not a good option. I mean, it can be. If you don't care too much about the ship builds, it can be a good option, but I kind of like doing that myself. I just need to know what the names are. Well, no one said anything, so we're going to go with the money mod. Save. Actually, this is going to be a micro mod. Gives me another... Oops. Another category of names, effectively. Did I just make two? I did. We have the mini and the micro. Well, this is going to be the micro mords. Alright, and then we want to have you upgraded to become a micro mord. Unfortunately, that's going to cost me more alloys. Because we're replacing a flat gun with a regular gun. Never mind, we'll get some more. Two different things. Talking about auto zone, he's talking about auto upgrade, where the modules get upgraded as soon as a new tier is available.
Complete.
That again doesn't always work properly because power doesn't always line up with what's available. Alright, so Kelderlund has built the factory, but we can only grow one more population. We have plenty of housing, but we only have jobs for 30 people, so we probably want to build another district. Question is what? We are still generating a lot of energy. We could potentially do with a little bit more food, and also potentially a bit more minerals. So I think we're going to go ahead and add another mineral production thing. The other thing that we still need to do is clear out the blockages. So the sprawling slum, someone mentioned yesterday, does indeed create populations. We want to do that as soon as possible. And those as well. We have tons of energy, so we can totally afford this. And we'll get that up, and in fact, let's do this. Oh, I only wanted to move you up. I still want a mining district, but I want it second. After we get the population from the sprawling slums, because that's going to bring us to 30 pop, then we can get the mining districts, which will then create some more jobs. When's the next growth? Oh, ages away. Yeah, we're good. And I believe we're in the process of trying to afford a colony ship. Did we just queue that up already? We've already queued it up. Excellent. I think that's where we left off yesterday. We could build some more mining stations. I would say go ahead and do that. And then we basically just need more alloys so that we can go and grab Nastia, so that we can then move up to here. Meanwhile, the two science ships are still off explorifying. I think after you've done that, you can work on these. So it doesn't look like there's any connections down this way, so this is kind of a blocked off path. So if we get this, then this whole bit of space is going to be ours. So how about we go ahead and survey that. And then you are still working on all this. This is going to be blocked off again if we grab this province, so I think we are going to be totally fine to branch out. There's a lot of binary systems. Binary and tertiary systems take such a long time to scan. They're kind of annoying for that. Not very literal on the different Hunter ship types. There's a possibility for ship classes. You know what? You're not wrong. The small... Okay, so if we use the patrician ship sizes, the smallest one would be the Sniker. So we'll call them Snikers. That's going to be in here. And then... Ship designer. I don't know if I can just change the name. No. I'd have to really create another one. Oh, it can't be done while it's upgrading. Okay, so once it's done upgrading... In fact, have you even started upgrading? You haven't even started upgrading. Because you've not had the minerals for it. So I'm just going to cancel that real quick. Then we're going to go back to the ship designer. You... Let's rename you Sniker. Save. And we'll get rid of the Micromord. Because it's exactly the same ship. Now we can say go ahead and upgrade, and it's the same cost, so that's all good. And we have immediately started doing it. Excellent! Although that's going to be locked until we've got our colony ship, so it would have been delayed anyway. Hey Dana, how are you doing? Right, well there seems to be a little bit of a lull. Let's go and get some tea supplies. Hey Scapper. Hey Donbassos, and everyone else. How are you all doing this evening? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Saturday.
Outlier identified.
What's this? Routine anomaly. I'm going to leave the anomalies for now. We'll go back and grab those later. Wasn't it with a J? Might be.
Outlier identified.
Someone wiki that? I mean, there's going to be a difference between the German spelling and the English spelling. I was going by the English ones from Patrician. bit bummed out because of the
Potential
multiplayer.
market
Well, it was
survey
coming to an end
complete.
anyway, and because other players wouldn't have been able to make it,
Ships
it just
upscaled.
felt like a natural place to end. Having a fantastic day, thank you for asking. Excellent, Cobra, I'm pleased. Alright, so we fully upgraded.
System has been surveyed.
Systems are being successfully surveyed. And we have the colony ship, so let's get you out here. In fact, can I right click on colonies yet? No. We need to go into the actual province and then enter orbit. So this is going to get colonized, so we do need to give the Uldar system a better name. Let's take a look at the list of names. So this is going to be... What was I using? Which one? Yes, but we just finished those. That's fine. We are going to call this the... You know what, Dana, you've not had anything named after you for a long time. This can be the Dana Booth system, because Dana Jessica seems a bit long. Oh, I probably can get Jessica in there. Yeah. Although, I might shorten that later. Because I do tend to put abbreviations to tell me what each system is producing and providing and doing all that type of thing. Doing pretty good, came back from work at the War Museum. Gonna see my friends in about 2 hours, excellent. I'm fine. When I woke up 2 hours, well, an hour and a bit ago, I was just zonked. I was like, nope, I've got like 15 minutes before I'm supposed to be streaming. Let's just delay that by an hour, give myself a bit of time to wake up, have a shower, etc. And then we started streaming. So happy I did that. I was not in a good way when I went to bed. I was just like, I'm going to be using this keyboard as a pillow soon if I'm not careful, so yeah. MordCorp has finally encountered fellow wanderers amongst the stars, despite their intentions being unknown and potentially even hostile. The atmosphere on Helgeland, following the report from our contact fleet, can be described as rapturous. Because we are fanatic xenophile pacifists, we've doubled down on trade. Oh, it's Abaddon's domain again. These are the Marauders. It's what we had last time next to us. And there's only one Marauder this time, so once again I've got extremely lucky with my positioning. Huzzah! Colony ship, let's go ahead and have you. Oh! You can't colonize it until you've dealt with the anomaly. I did not know that. I guess because anomalies could destroy planets. Well, let's bring you back real quick. Deal with that anomaly. And then head back out here. Afterwards. Well, that set me back a bit. Irritating. Trooper! Thank you very much for the Twitch resub. Tier 2 now. Nice, thank you. 11 months. You are so close to getting into a 1 year. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Scaling complete.
How's it going, my Viking brother? So far, so good. We'll see if we do better than last time, considering our neighbours. Our marauding neighbours. It's like we're next door to the Vikings. It's the Netherlands being next door to Denmark. Connected by a sea zone. Marshall didn't beat me this time. Level ups. Loads of level ups. And we don't have the fleeting age anymore either, which means our leaders will actually live long enough to be able to use their excellent abilities. I think that we can indeed go ahead and build an outpost over here. That's going to use up our influence. So at that point, I'm going to say go ahead and build those research stations. Let's also bump this up to fastest. A Savannah world. So base worlds outside of your group is usually 20%. Because we're adaptable, that's the 30%.
Outlier identified.
Research. And we have another tradition, which I would like to be the additional population. So we did reach that. The delays actually benefited us in that way. And we are also not building anything here right now. And we have a build slot. So what do we want? I think that we just want to keep doubling down on the alloy factories. Early on, they are absolutely the main thing that keep you blocked. So let's get some more alloy factories up and running. Misty Shores. Science Officer Arakovarich reports that large flexible geometric grids made up some plastic polymer, clearly artificial in nature, have been placed in the seas of Dana Jessica Booth 1. Visible from orbit, they seem to serve no purpose other than possibly an aesthetic one. He gains 200 experience. Right, now we can colonize this. So you start colonizing Dana Jessica Booth Prime. Okay, and then the science ship should just head straight off again. Marvelous. What is my empire? We are currently playing a corporate one, so obviously we are, or MegaCorp rather. Admin cap plus 20, empire size penalty plus 50. The civics we have are starbase capacity plus 4, that's the trading posts, which means that we can get more trade hubs and things like that going, so we can have a lot more internal trade. And then also free traders, which means that internal trade is going to be worth even more. Furthermore, the branch offices, which are the external trade thing, unique to us, are worth more. And our species traits are... We're ocean preference, obviously, because we're basically Dutch. We are thrifty, which means trade value from jobs is increased, so any clerks that we have are going to be producing more money. And we're going to have quite a lot of clerks, especially when we start going down the prosperity line. We're adaptive, which means we get plus 10 habitability, which means more happiness in the lower habitability planets. We are solitary, which means we use up more housing, so we're going to need to be more aggressive with the usage of districts and other housing production. And we are also wasteful, which means that we spend more consumer goods, so we're going to need some more consumer good factories.
Colonial enterprise upsizing.
The first merchant colony. Our colony ship has made a gentle splashdown on the planet-spanning ocean of Dana Jessica Booth Prime, just off the shores of a large archipelago. This fertile island chain will serve as an excellent first landing site. The ship has also been permanently anchored in preparation for its conversion to an administrative headquarters of the new settlement. Its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up on the island surrounding the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers, the first merchant city on an alien world. A great day. So let's see what we've got. It still needs to develop. We do have 2 blockers. We have impassable mountains and toxic kelp. The kelp blocking agriculture. This is going to be a huge agricultural city. So this is probably where we're going to focus most of our food production. It's terrible at mining and moderate at generator districts. There's not going to be a lot of industry here. This is going to be just like focusing down the agriculture district, which will hopefully make it a rural world, which will increase the amount of agriculture we export. Might even become an agricultural city, I'm not sure. I don't know exactly how those work just yet. Basically, we're Americans in space. No! We're Dutchmen in space. We're just sailing through space like we sail through the seas. Thorough scans have revealed the course of Salu 6's odd metal composition. The planet is a crash site of dozens of massive spaceships, larger than anything we could have imagined. Their construction dates back several million years. Spaceship graveyard modifier to Salu 6, which is +2 alloy production. Cool. You know, I think I'm going to reduce this. Would you prefer it to be called Dana Prime or Booth Prime? I'll let that be your decision. Or maybe 2. So Jessica Booth or Dana Booth. Or Dana Jessica. Up to you. It is a bit long.
Potential market survey completed.
Oh, hello. Another continental world. We're getting so lucky. How are we doing in terms of empire size? I mean, that is going up. And having extra colonies does mean that we're eating into that empire size fairly rapidly.
Ship facing unfair competition.
Cultist marauders encountered. More ships belonging to the Temple of Unity have encountered in the Sargas system, where they are approaching in attack formation. Sargas system up there. 139 combat strength against my 107, although we do not yet have an admiral. So let's go ahead and grab an admiral. Lifespan, evasion and sublight, or lifespan. I'm going to go with the evasion and sublight. You are quite old, so I'm not expecting you to last a huge length of time. But early on, having that extra evasion on corvettes I think is going to be a pretty good choice. And the Admiral is going to be GW Smitherman. Jessica Prime. Okay. And they're automatically updated. Right, did you get the Admiral? No. Now you do. And your combat strength is still 107, so you just need more ships. What's my ally status? It is actually pretty healthy. So we're going to grab some more Snikers. And I was going to double check the spelling of Sniker. Yeah, it is a J. Damn it! Snakia. Right, let's just cancel these real quick. I do wish that you could just rename stuff without having to make an entire new design. And is there the I? Nope, it's literally just a Snekia. No I.
Ships upscaled.
Now, does that block me off? No, I'll just keep going.
Upscaling complete.
Wouldn't it just be easier to have your names on a list on the PC? Not really, because I tick them off every time I use them, and tabbing out to that every time would be really irritating. Especially some games do not tab very well. I was actually having serious problems getting Stellaris to tab earlier, just so I could change the timer. Right, this science ship is not doing anything. Oh, right. Okay, so we're completely blocked off in the south. So we have to expand north. One benefit of that is this territory is all going to be ours. Nothing else is going to expand into that. Unless, of course, the Marauders become active. Get the Great Khan. Which is possible, and that would be bad. Certainly wouldn't be good. So you go ahead and survey all of this. And then you, in fact, are blocked off there. Phenomenal. So we're going to have these ships out and ready. In fact, we've built all 5... No, we've got one more. Corvettes to build nice and quickly, though. Alright, so we have 6 of you, 230 combat strength against your 139. We should be fine.
Upscaling complete.
Okay, apparently they've been destroyed, and not by me. Well, in that case, once you've dealt with that... Just go and clear it out, just to be sure. It did say they've been destroyed, but it's not letting me move there because it thinks there are still hostiles present. Alright, so we have another active ship which can go and build me the research stations and the mining stations here. And I think that in Gelderland we are going to need another mining sector once we have the minerals to do so, because we're getting a bit short. Although that might be because we have not filled out all of the mining slots yet. Yeah, we have one more mining slot and one more clerk.
Market outlier identified.
Optical sensors indicate or isolate a cluster of shapes in the barren surface of Batrak 2 that could use buildings for now. So I'm going to say let's reduce the clerks in order to get another miner. Ah, there he goes. And now those are available again, so it didn't immediately refill them. That's fine. So there is a little bit of micromanagement we can do.
Market outlier identified.
We have encountered some form of alien vessels in the Sargus system. These strange objects have been flagged as gamma aliens until we can learn more about them. Ooh, let's go and do a species. No. Damn it. It's a situation log. Gamma aliens research, because I think that these guys must be a scout or something. No, it's not. Oh, it's the space whales. The space whales killed the bad guys. That's very nice of you, space whales. Thank you. And then can I queue this up afterwards? Yes.
Research actualized.
Sparrowhawk, here's to Space Moby Dick. Well, I don't intend to hunt them down. We like the alien whales. Alright, so we've got the engineering already done. We could get the planet build speed, which I think is... Is this the building of buildings? Is this... It's not development speed. Development speed is something else. And it's not the construction of planets. Although that is a thing you can do. We could get more metal from miners, but I don't think we need to do that either. Let's get the planet build speed, because I'm pretty sure that's building speed. Getting buildings up and running. We don't have the plus 5% research, which is very annoying. Research station output. What are research stations? I just realised that that might actually be the research building. No, it's a research lab. Research stations, are they Starbase researchers? I mean, this is the icon for having a science ship supporting research, which is what I assumed that was. I don't know. Well, let's get a fusion reactor in the meantime.
Market outlier identified.
Leave it for now. I mean, once this guy has done exploring all of this, we can send you to go and do the anomalies. You can start to go and build a starbase over there. And we'll start to expand out that way. I would guess it's the ones you...
A system has been surveyed.
Guess that is the ones you up out on planets. I don't understand what you just said there, Domed World. Oh, it is space stations. Okay. And Sargass should be available for surveying, so get on it. This is a very nice choke point there in Sargass. Although, to be fair, Sayu is also a choke point, and that's going to be a better one because there's a planet present. And from experience, planets can be pretty difficult to conquer. So we can grab another tradition, which I think we're going to get a new life, so we can keep that pop growth going nice and quickly. Once Jessica Prime has been settled. We don't have the growth bonus right now, so we do actually want to kind of build up the amount of agriculture we're developing. Leave it for now. We are getting a lot of anomalies, so the 200 influence that I spent on anomaly discovery is paying off, I would say.
Upscaling complete.
Alright, so we have built over there. That's going to mean that we can get another colonist ship on the go. We can actually afford it straight away. Nice. And that's also where the alloys are. Now, the alloys are one of the colonizable planets. It looks like you don't get resources on planets anymore. Because it used to be that you'd get resources on a planet and then you can put a mining station on the planet and then it kind of blocks colonization or you have to destroy it to colonize. That doesn't seem to happen anymore. Right, where do I want the builder to go next? You may as well get me the research station here and then the mining stations.
Evading competitive fleet.
Oh. Delta aliens. We have encountered some form of alien vessels in the Biden system. Strange objects are called Delta aliens. Tell me about them. Okay, those are quite strong. Those are mining drones, aren't they? And you're going to block my access to that point. And with that, you have now explored all of this area. So I'm going to say go ahead and research that anomaly. And then that anomaly. And then once you've done those, I'll give you further orders.
Evading competitive fleet.